Monica, I want to submit an article on programming with Java for the Wonders with IT section of the school magazine. In support of my article, I am considering creating a program.
Why don't you make a program for calculating simple interest, which we have learned in maths recently?
You are right, Monica. It will be interesting for everyone to know how programming can be related to mathematical calculations.
To create an application program to calculate simple interest using Java, you need to write a program to take user input and store it. Calculation of simple interest requires different values. These values can vary as per user requirement. Thus, you need to first write a program to take input from the user and store the input values to perform calculations on them. Import the scanner class to capture user input. To do this, type the displayed code. Here, the import java.util.scanner statement is used to perform input functions. The scanner class is a predefined Java class which contains objects that help to take the input from the user. The scanner class belongs to the util library. Create the basic structure of the program. To do this, type the code to declare a class and to declare the main function within the class. The formula to calculate simple interest is displayed on the screen. For performing these calculations, you require the following values from the user: principal, rate of interest, and time. You need to store these values for calculation in the future. You also need to store the resultant value of calculation. For this, you need to declare variables. A variable is a named storage location in memory that can store any value. Declare these variables in the main method as shown. To use a variable, it should be first declared. For example, int t semicolon. This statement is used to declare the variable, that is, specifying the variable name and data type. T equals to 0 semicolon. This statement is used to initialize the variable, that is, allocating value to the variable. Both these statements can be combined together. Int t equals to 0 semicolon. For declaring a variable, the computer memory needs to know the name of the variable and the type of data or the information the variable will store. A data type specifies the type and size of data that can be stored in a variable. Java has some predefined data types which are called primitive data types. Some of the basic primitive data types in Java are int. This data type is used to define variables that store integer values, for example 3, 4 and 5. P and T in the displayed code are of int data type as they are used to store integer values. Float. This data type is used to define variables that store floating point numbers. That is, they can take decimal values. For example, 2.43 and 7.56. ROT, SI and AMT are the float data types in this program, as all these variables can include decimal values. Double. This data type is used to define variables that store big floating point numbers. For example, 85,342.4433. Char. This data type stores single character value. For example, A, B, C and D. Boolean. This data type is used to store either true or false. Write the displayed statement within the main method body to take the input from the user. Here, object of the scanner class input is created. This object is used to take input from the user for the values of the principal, rate of interest and time variables. Add the system.out.println statement to display the message, followed by the statement with the next int method of the scanner class to obtain the principal amount from the user. This value is stored in the variable P as shown. Next int is a built-in method of the scanner class. This is used to take the integer data type input from the user. When the program executes, next int method is used to capture user input. Add the system.out.println statement followed by the scanner object statement to obtain the rate of interest from the user and store it in the ROT variable. Add the system.out.println statement followed by the scanner object statement to obtain the time from the user and store it in the T variable. Here, for the ROT variable, the next float method of the scanner class is used because ROT is of the float data type. Save your program as simple_interest.java by clicking the File menu and then clicking Save.
Hey Monica, we have successfully declared the variables in the program. Monica, we have successfully defined the variables. Now let's add operators to make a fully functional program for calculating simple interest.
Sounds great. Let's start.
Note that the values have been captured and stored in variables. The next step is to perform the calculations for simple interest and store the resultant value. Ensure the simple_interest.java file is open in Notepad. Add the displayed line of code to calculate simple interest and store the resultant value in variable SI. Note that an asterisk has been used in place of cross in the formula. The asterisk is an arithmetic operator used in Java programs. An operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform the specific logical or mathematical operation. Using operators, you can perform operations on variables. Arithmetic operators perform mathematical calculations. Some of the arithmetic operators used by Java are displayed. The addition operator is used to determine the sum while adding two or more numbers. The subtraction operator is used to determine the difference while subtracting the two numbers. The multiplication operator is used to determine the product while multiplying two or more numbers. The division operator is used to determine the quotient while dividing the two numbers. The modulo, also known as modulus operator, add the displayed line of code to calculate the amount and store the resultant value in the variable AMT. Write the statements to display the calculated simple interest and total amount. Note that when displaying the text message, it is encased in double quotes, whereas when displaying the variable value, plus sign is used. When plus operator is used with two numeric type operands, it works as an arithmetic operator. For example, in the displayed code statement, the value of variable VAL is 15 when the addition is being performed on two numeric values. Here, the value in variable X is 7 and the value in variable Y is 8. The value of variable VAL will be the addition of X and Y, that is 15. When the plus operator is used with either of the two operands not being a numeric operand, it works as a concatenation operator. As concatenation operator, it appends the value of the second operand to the value of the first operand. For example, the highlighted code statement will display the output hello 7. Now, the highlighted code statement will display the output 7 hello. Here, the plus operator fetches the value of the variable and appends it to the other operand. Remember, it does not add, rather appends the value. Save your program as simple underscore interest dot java by clicking the File tab and then clicking Save. Click the hyperlink for the final program. By typing Java simple underscore interest. The output shows the simple interest and the total amount for the values entered.
Bingo! The program is complete now. Using this, we can easily find the simple interest.